and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Into the air right away is Allen. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Mahomes now to throw.
Open man is Fordson. He's got it.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Hey, 57, 57. Watch out! Watch out!
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
A 48-yard attempt.
And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7.
On play action, Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They played extremely well last week in their win over the Packers.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Attack, attack!
Again, it's Pacheco.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
15. Let's get it now. Let's get it right now.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. The Chiefs hit 9-3 here on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Finds his rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. This is caught. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. 4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines.
That's pulled in at the 32.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that is incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on the first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen going to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. Allen's throw is complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
He stiff arms him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Allen running right on the option.
And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. On play action, Allen. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
Chiefs, nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 15, 15, 15. Attack, attack. Yellow, 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 yellow.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Sliding out of the pocket.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this sequence won't do any favors to his rushing totals as they get him behind the line again. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chiefs, nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Super Bowl champs trailing here, but they will get the ball first to begin quarter number 3.
Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ed Oliver make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Easy.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
And the Bills 1st down.
Again, it's Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Diggs in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Yellow.
Mahomes going to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run it again with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. His 7th touchdown on the ground and 9th overall. And the Bills stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they move the football.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. Now here's Mahomes. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Yellow.
2nd and 9.
Go, baby. Hey, rip list. Come back.
Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And Oliver getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Bills take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Allen.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this